Well, hello there, friends. I don't know about you, but I love chicken fingers. And mine are delicious. No kidding. I make it with panko and coconut. Give it a really, really good flavor. And then I also make a little spicy honey mustard sauce to go with it. And let me tell you, when I tell you they're crunchy, they're juicy, they're delicious, I'm not kidding. I am glad you're here. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to ring the bell. Stay tuned. We're doing them right now together, friends. Okay, friends, I love them. I love those chicken fingers. I'm going to show you my way to do it. The secret is to make them nice and crispy and still moist and juicy. So not overcooking it, but still get them nice and crispy. For this, I got a couple of little secrets. They have a secret, really. They're nothing. Friends, for breadcrumbs, instead of using bread, I use panko. It's Japanese breadcrumbs. You find this at your grocery store. They have them. I'm also going to add some coconut to it. So I got 2 cups of panko, and then I'm going to add a 3/4 cup of shredded coconuts. And the shredded coconuts, friends, I get the shredded coconuts I get at the grocery store at Whole Foods, and it's unsweetened. So regular panko, grocery store, and this, I don't know if my regular grocery store has it. They normally have a coconut, but it's sugary. It's for cookies. This is not what you want. And then also for a little extra crispiness, cornflakes. This, believe it or not, was 2 cups of cornflakes that I mushed down to nothing, to maybe a cup is left. All right, so a cup of crunched cornflakes. And also, that's if you have it, a 1/4 cup of very fine cornmeal. Very fine cornmeal. If you have it. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. Not that big of a deal. We're going to mix that up. For extra flavor, we're going to put, because we still got to give it flavor, this is a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. And I like it a little spicy, but it's in the background. It's not like in your face. If you want it that way, then put a teaspoon of cayenne. That's, the minute you put it in your mouth, you're going to know, right? And then I got 2 teaspoons of Hungarian smoked paprika. And salt, because there's no salt. There's no salt on anything here. So salt, very important, okay? And then we're going to mix that up. And that's going to be our breadcrumb. I like to mix them up really good in here before I put the chicken in there, you see? Mix them up really, really good. See, it looks like it's mixed up, but it's not. So take the time to mix it up. Very fancy cooking are we doing today, friends. I love them. You know, you can do it for whole chicken also, but I'm doing it with the chicken tender today. You know, and because I like the chicken tender. It's easy. It's already cut. It's easy. It's very expensive, though. You know this? Everything is expensive these days. So look, I put it right there. I'm going to show you. I'm going to take it. And so this is going to be the last ingredient we're going to do in. The first ingredient we're going to put in is going to be the flour. Salt and pepper in the flour. Salt and pepper in the eggs. There's 2 eggs. It's about a couple of cups of flour. There's 2 eggs, and this I gave you the measurement a minute ago. So, friends, you can use chicken tenders if you can get them. You know, they're a little more expensive. Or you can just simply use a chicken breast. Then you cut in a long side, and you get also what looks like a tender. You see? It looks like a tender. And this, believe it or not, the breast is less expensive than the chicken tenderloin. So you remember, just cut it like this, you know, in strips, not too thick. If they're too thick, they're going to take too long to cook. If they take too long to cook, then you're going to have a golden brown outside, and the inside is not going to be cooked. So, all right, so you want to put them in there like this. I'm just going to do a couple right now, just to show you how I do it, okay? Let me wash my hand a little bit. Now you're going to think I was going to touch the chicken again. I'm going to try to keep my hands clean so I don't make a mess in there. So what I do is I take the tongue and I put it in there. Now, I know a lot of you know how to cook already. You've been here in the channel for almost 3 years now. We have did this. And so you know, because I've told you already 100 times. Don't forget to salt and pepper every stages of you doing this, okay? And then what I do is I put the flour. Why are we putting the flour? Because if you put the flour, it dries and it makes it easy for the egg to stick. If you put a wet chicken in there, the wet, just get rid of the excess. If you put a wet chicken in the egg, the egg is not gonna stick, and you're not gonna have the egg. And you're gonna say, well, what do I need the egg for? If you want to put the breadcrumb in it, you got to put the egg. You know, in a way, hopefully, when we do something, we have a reason for it. Well, why are we doing it? What's the purpose of it? So shake the excess off of the flour. You don't want excess of it. And also check off the excess here. You see, friends? Just make sure there is not too much of the egg. And you want to keep your hands fairly clean, because if they're not clean, if they're full of flour or full of eggs, what happens, you see, I don't touch it until it's completely covered. What happens is if you mess up everything, then everything gets coated with the flour in here, too much flour in here, then the egg it gets thick. And then if you put too much egg in here, what happens is your breadcrumb, instead of being nice, I'm just going to put them in here. Instead of your breadcrumb being nice and like dry like this, they get all gunky. That's a new culinary term you're learning today, gunky. So, friends, I'm going to do one more. Okay? Just make sure it's coated well, and then shake it. Shake the excess off, you see? Even if you have to bang it like this a little bit, shake the excess off, and then put one. I like to do one at a time. A lot of people say they do. What happens is if you do more than one, then you get a mess. And then, like I said earlier, your breadcrumbs get all messy. It's really simple, you know. I like to work clean. You watch some people cooking online, mamma mia. I tell you, look, very nice. So, friends, I'm going to do them all, and then I come back, and I'm going to show you, we're going to cook them. I'm going to show you how I cook them, and I'm going to make a honey mustard sauce from scratch. I'm going to show you how to do it. It's simple, all right? Be back in a minute. Okay, friends, well, I got them all done. I'm only doing 8 of it because I'm not sure how many of them are going to fit in a fry pan yet. So I got the oil, friends. You want to make sure the oil is at 3 1/4, somewhere around 3 1/4. Okay, be careful if you're using one of those thermometers, my friends. You don't want it to touch the bottom of the pot because it's going to read much harder, right? So you don't want to touch the bottom. If you have one of those, they're not as precise. You want to stay in the corner, but they're good. Okay, so if you have one of those, because it measures the bottom of the pot, and we don't want it to measure the bottom of the pot. So we're going to check it out. We're going to go in there, friends, and we're going to go slowly to put them in. And then we're not going to touch them until we are ready to flip them on the other side, okay? So we're going to put them all in there. The idea is not to have the oil too hot, because if you have the oil too hot, friends, what happens is it browns the chicken really quick, and you think it's done, but it's not done, all right? So it's very important. Then you take the time to check your temperature, and you don't want to be over 3 1/4. That's really that simple. Well, guess what? They just fit in there, okay? And then we don't want to touch them, all right? We don't want to touch them. We just want to make sure low oil temperature is going to drop. We just want to make sure it comes back to 3 1/4. So now it's barely 300, and it's okay, okay? And we're going to leave them alone, and then we're going to make a sauce. The sauce is a mayonnaise base, but we're going to make our own mayonnaise by just putting egg and mustard and oil, okay? But if you want to skip all this, you want to make your own mayonnaise, I'll write a recipe for you where you don't have to make your own mayonnaise. I got 2 eggs, friends, and I got 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. But if you notice, the mustard is what they call country mustard. The demo mustard, they call it. It's got the mustard seed in it. It gives you a nice little texture. We're going to put some garlic also. I have about 4 little cloves of garlic. You don't have to put the garlic if you don't want to. We're going to put some honey. Yeah, no kidding. Honey mustard sauce. So you put the honey. I got a little trick. If you wanted to measure the honey, you don't have to measure, but if you have to measure, you take a little bit of oil, you put in the bottom of your measuring spoon, and you see it comes right out. We're going to put about 4 tablespoons of honey. And you see with the oil, it comes right out, the honey. So it's just a little trick that my mom used to use years ago. So I still always use it. So 4 tablespoons, I'm using an acacia honey. Acacia honey. I don't know if you've ever used acacia honey, but it's extremely delicate and really, really, really nice honey. All right, so we're putting that on there. And let me take everything out of the way, friends. And then we're gonna make the sauce. So I'm also gonna put a little bit of hot chili pepper. It's not really spicy. It's a little red chili pepper. Not really spicy, but a little bit. I cut it in little brunoise. And also, because I like it a little spicy, I'm going to put a little bit of sriracha. You don't have to put it if you don't have it. If you have it. Oh, no, not sriracha. Harissa. I get everything confused. A little bit of harissa. So it's going to be a little spicy. It's really up to you how spicy you want to make things, my friends. And also, mustard-wise, I know the French people are going to go, what? I bet they're going to go with that. What? Yellow mustard is going to give us a really, really bright, that sauce got to be yellow. And the Dijon mustard just doesn't do. So I'll put a little bit of yellow mustard. It's a very acid, vinegary mustard. You know that mustard, yellow mustard. Everybody puts on a hot dog. All right? So now, friends, we are going to check our chicken to make sure we're doing good with it. I think we should be ready to flip it. Not quite, just quite another second or so. And then we'll be ready to flip it, okay? So now, friends, I want to make the sauce. And I'm going to use my immersion blender. Make sure we're all good. And I am going to put my my oil to make my mayonnaise, if you will, right? And I'm using a lemon olive oil, friends. I'm using a lemon olive oil, a Rica lemon olive oil, if you have it. If you don't have a lemon olive oil, just use a regular olive oil, that's all. Nothing wrong with that. We are making our sauce, our mayonnaise. To make a mayonnaise, you need egg, mustard, and oil. And let's not forget to put salt, friends. Because we know we got pepper, right? A little bit more oil. And now I'm going to check the chicken. The sauce looks beautiful. You see? Look. Yeah. We're gonna put it just a little bit more oil. I would say it's about 3/4 cup of olive oil. All right, let me check the chicken, friends, and see how we're doing. Be gentle now when you flip them. Be very gentle when you flip them, friends. Yeah, they're looking beautiful. See, be very gentle. Otherwise, you'll disturb that breadcrumb. You see? There you go. I say be gentle, and I'm not so gentle. Yeah. Looking good, friends. Looking good. Yeah. All right. We're going to let them cook on the other side. Let's adjust this. Let me see how that sauce tastes, my friends. And if the sauce is good, they look good. I'm going to check temperature in there. Let's see what we got. That's delicious. It's delicious. You know what I can put also in there? Just a little bit. I don't want to put a lot, just a little bit of lemon juice. Little acid to offset the fat of the olive oil. And the lemon juice is going to be careful with this. Don't put too much, because if you put too much, it'll make the sauce too liquid. All right, friends. We're good. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue cooking them. Let me check the temperature and see how we're doing on the temperature, friends. I'm about 125. I need to be about 150 at the most. 155 at the most. No, I think we're there. Yes, I think we're there, my friends. All right, I'm going to take them out. I'm going to put them on a tray right there. I'm going to let them cool for a second. And then I'm going to plate it, and I'll come back and I'll eat one of them. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, friends, well, they're delicious. They're going to be delicious. So look at that sauce right there, friends. It's still a little hot. I mean, not too hot. Oh, yeah, they're hot. And And I'm going to dip it in that sauce. Look at that sauce, friends. Look at that. See? It's thick enough, then it sticks on it. That's the whole idea. It's got to stick on it. If it's too liquid, obviously it won't. And if it's too thick, it's just too thick. Well, some culinary wisdom today. If it's too thick, it's too thick. Here we go, friends. Ah! Oh! Oh! Mmm! It really is delicious, but it's hot. Wait a little longer than I did. Mmm! You hear that crunch? Oh! I want to hear you. Oh, my goodness, it's hot. I wanted you to hear the crunch. I burned myself again. The chicken is beautiful. Look how moist it is. Look at that. Look at that. Look how moist the chicken is, friends. The chicken is perfectly cooked. It's moist. You can see the juice coming out of the chicken. Can you see it, Jack? It's amazing, isn't it? So, I love those. I hope you make them, friends. You can make it with whole chicken breast as well. I hope you enjoy it. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, friends. And don't forget to ring the bell. Thanks for watching. Man, let me tell you, I burned myself again. So maybe I blow on it. Whew. Whew. Oh, yeah. Oh. No. Let me tell you. Oh. You little crunch. It's crunchy. The cornflakes was a good ad. I hope they do it. I'm going to eat another few. I save it for you guys. Oh, yeah, look at that. I'll tell you, I love my life. Oh, I was a mess I made on the stove.